quickly cut a video to show you some of the basics within On Guard safety training. So once you've logged in with your username and password, you'll come up to what they call the management console, which is what we've got here. Your students generally are already in, so if we have a look at our view user records, it'll actually show us that we've got all of our students are in. I'm assuming you've only got year 9, no year 9, so year 10s, 11s and 12s. Okay, if we need to add any others, we can go through that in another process. Back to the management console, the first thing you need to really look at is producing new courses, and that's coming under the management course section in the add new course button here. So if we add our new course, put a new course ID in, the only thing you've got to be careful of is make sure you don't use any spaces in this. So I'm going to just create one called 2020 test. Ideally this is something that sort of describes the year group that you're dealing with. The course name, again I'm just going to use test because that's just what it is. But again, you can put spaces in this. This will actually appear on the certificate. So whatever you type in here will actually appear on the kid's certificate once they're finished. The calendar year is 2020, that's obvious. The supervisor will be you in this case. I think that's you there. And then the last one is the intended group. So if this is for year 9 or year 10 or year 11 or so forth, that's where you select these numbers here. And only those year groups will see this course. Now, if you've come across and you've got a year 11 and 12 group, and they're both going to use this course, then you can use the one down here because composite group secondary. So that's 2 or more of these groups down here. I'm just going to set it to year 10 to start with. And then finally you click on select the add new course. Okay, so from there, that'll now create the course, but it hasn't got any training sessions in it. So we then click on our training sessions. And then from here, you can select from the categories across here, clean tech and basic workshop and metal tech and so forth, which of the training sessions you want the kids to experience. And okay, so we'll go wood tech, for example, and it's a year 9 course, year 10 course, we might want them to the bandsaw and the drum sander and water and so forth. Now notice that these ones up here where it says year 12 and above, I can't actually click any of these, and that's because I've selected a year 10 course. Okay, so these are available, but not to that year group. Okay, we can change that later on. And similarly, year 11 group, I can't click on the year 11 above here as well too. All right, so I can go through here. I can hit my save button. So now I've got a course that's got 4 training sessions in it. Now, as you go through the course, you might turn around and say, well, look, actually, I wanted to add the belt sander, but I didn't put it initially. That's fine. You just click on the belt sander, come back to this menu, and confirm, and away you go. Then you can add it as you go through. So there's no big deal there. All righty, now coming back to the management console, you'll notice now that if I go to view and edit courses, you'll see here's my test course. That's the one we've just created for you. And in there are our 5 training units. Now, there's 2 ways the kids can actually log into this. You can actually come across and say select course participants. And from this menu, you can select, now we know that's a year 10, we can select all of these kids and say these are the kids that are in my course. I can select them all and they'll now all have that training session for them. However, if that's not the case, you can pick, this kid and this chap and this one down here. You can do that if you like, and we'll unselect those as well. Alternatively, and I'll hit the back button for this, and that's cool. Alternatively, you can actually have them log in. So when the kids log in, and the year 10 students, remember the year 10 group, they will actually see your course, or in this case it's a 2020 test course, and they can actually select to enroll into that if they like themselves. Okay, so that's another way of doing it. In your situation, for starters, I'd probably just use this to start with. Okay, have a play with this, create some courses, get the kids involved and enrolled, and then we can fix up any other issues that you've got. Again, you've got my mobile number if you haven't. It's on the website, it's on my email addresses. Give me a call, I'm happy to walk you through any of this process. All right, cheers.